What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between ToXiC and the Little One. This is a Protoss versus Zerg matchup here on the map Ohana, and it has been quite a while since my last Ohana commentary, which saddens me because this is one of my favorite maps. I love the little beachside over here. You can get yourself a nice waterfront property here at your natural expansion. Okay, that's silly. Let's hop into the StarCraft here. This is going to be a rough game. All right, let's start off with some player information beginning down over here in the lower right-hand spawn position with our purple Protoss player, ToXiC. Just a few days ago, we actually commentated a game with ToXiC in it, but if you happen to forget, he is known as one of Spain's best Protoss players. He has performed well in show matches against players like SYZ and Lucifron, and he's actually done quite well in a few Spanish offline tournaments. He took 5th place at the LVP Season 1 and placed high at LVP Season 2 in the 2012 World Championship Series Spain Nationals. His opponent over here in the upper left-hand spawn position is our red Zerg player, Liquids, the Little One. The Little One, also known as TLO, has been known as a very strong random player. He's playing Zerg in this particular match. And, well, let's talk about some of his wins. He took 1st place at the GD Studio Arena 0. This was on March 18th of this year. And then on April 1st, he took 4th place at the One Nation of Gamers I2 StarCraft 2 Invitational. So the Little One has placed quite high in a few tournaments, but unfortunately it's been a while since his last major win. The reason for that being is actually the Little One has had some problems with his hands. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was something like arthritis, but basically it was painful for him to play the game for extended periods of time. And that's a problem when you're a professional StarCraft player because you have to practice a hell of a lot. So yeah, quite unfortunate for the Little One, and hopefully that's something that he gets taken care of so that he can continue his professional StarCraft career, because you know what, he's a heck of a lot of fun to watch. Alright, let's take a look down over here. We do have ToXiC coming out with a Forge Fast Expand, a Pylon out front, Forge now building, and the Nexus has just started over here as well. The Little One moving up with his Overlord Scout will be spotting this. He knows exactly what's going on now, and this is pretty much to be expected. Forge Fast Expand in a PvZ matchup is very normal, very, very normal indeed. So I don't think the Little One is at all surprised in seeing this. Now he has come out with an expansion down over here at his natural. He did go spawning pool first, very important in this matchup, and he does have another drone now moving out, as well as 2 Zerglings. So he's either going to be scouting out right now, but what's more probable, because he already has an Overlord Scout, is that he's going to be placing down a 3rd. So moving down with his Zerglings to check the 3rd over here, just to see if there are any hidden workers. And speaking of hidden workers, looks like we've got a probe chilling out right over here in the shrubbery, and there is the 3rd base now for the Little One getting placed down. Zerglings turn around and start to go to work on these destructible rocks. As soon as the Little One can get rid of this, makes it much easier for him to defend this 3rd. Now we do have this probe scout that will continue to scout out here. This is actually what's known as secondary scouting. You get your initial scouting in the game, and then you hide your worker, and then you push in for secondary scouting. You do this for all sorts of reasons. If you can sneak your way back into the main to check tech, if you can make sure the natural's still there, and also to scout a 3rd, which is what we're going to be seeing ToXiC do right here. I don't know why I brought up the EPM. I just felt like it. So ToXiC moves up, scouts the 3rd. Although, is he going to be able to get back in here? Oh, this might be fully blocked off. It appears to be the case, so I don't think that probe will be able to make his way back into the natural. Quite unfortunate for him. ToXiC probably just gonna continue to hide him, and then again use him for some additional scouting in a few minutes. See what the Little One is doing, should just be droning up, and that does appear to be the case. Still no extractors whatsoever, just going drone, 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 coming out with some queens as well, making sure he can saturate this 3rd as soon as it finishes. Also continue to try to work down these destructible rocks over here. Once again, if he breaks that down, makes it a lot easier, because otherwise he's going to send units down this ramp and wrap them around. And although that might not seem like a huge distance, it's definitely a lot further than just going straight across into the 3rd with some Zergling reinforcements or anything like that. We have a Zealot sitting over here at the Zelnaga Tower. Probe is still chilling out in this position. And here's a transition now for ToXiC into a Stargate. To come out with a Stargate after this Forge Fast Expand. Now we do still have the Overlord Scout over here. I expect him to be used for sacrificial secondary scouting at some point. The question is, when is the Little One going to move in, and will it be in time to spot the Stargate? I don't think he's going to make his way over there before we start seeing something building out of that, be it a Void Ray or Phoenixes, or Phoenix Eye. I think Phoenixes make sense. But he will be able to scout it at some point, hopefully. Hopefully before it's too late. Warp Gate research is coming through here for ToXiC, and we get some aggression now moving on towards the third with the Zealot and Stalker pushing, going for the Queen. Zealot taking some damage from the Zergling. Zergling's trying to wrap around, finish him off, and there you go. If you still have the Stalker up, he's going to be harassing these workers a bit, and the little one responds just by making that drone into an extractor, and then turns around and moves down to try to engage, and it looks like that Stalker has now been pushed back. ToXiC harass has been taken care of. The production has began now. First Void Ray in play. Let's see what he follows that up with. He does have a Robo building as well as 3 gateways now. And the weapons level 1. Again, I'm going to keep a close eye on that Stargate because I do wonder if he's just coming out with this one Void Ray in an attempt to sort of psych out his opponent, the little one. Now, the little one just lost his Overlord to that Void Ray, so he now knows that there's a Void Ray in play. So is he going to overcompensate, come out with a bunch of Spore Crawlers, some anti-air, and some additional Queens? Or is he going to keep his cool? So far, he actually appears to be keeping his cool. And again, look, ToXiC has not followed that first Void Ray up with anything else. He's got all these gateways that are just about finished, as well as that Robo, and it looks like for now he's just sticking to that. Also, those weapon level 1s just a little over halfway finished now. Void Ray, where is it going? Overseer Scout over there. Where is that Void Ray? I don't know where he went. Oh, there it is, killing some more Overlords. Now the Overseer moves in and scouts out the main. Look at that. Chrono boost on these warp gates. ToXiC gonna start pumping out some units here out of these gateways. Also a Twilight Council coming out. Yeah, he's all done with the air, just that one Void Ray. So you may say, why would you get a Stargate and just make one Void Ray? Doesn't that seem like a waste in tech? It delays your gateway tech. Well, again, the idea is if you can psych the little one out to thinking there's a ton of air coming and place down some spores and build too many queens, that can really set him behind. Now, it doesn't look like the little one has responded that way. The other benefit here for ToXiC is he's got 2 Overlord kills now. So if he can continue to move around and get some more kills with this one Void Ray, then it might pay itself off. Little one is coming out with a ton of upgrades right now. He's actually getting the drop and speed upgrade for his Overlords, as well as burrow research and the pathogen glands, which are those extra energy for the infestors, allowing them to fungal growth as soon as they pop up. We have another expansion now building over here as well. Besides that, really not a lot going on for ToXiC. He's just moving around with this Void Ray to harass. He's going to be able to kill off this Overlord. Dealing with the Queen now might be a problem. That's going to force him back. Those Queens actually very, very effective, especially if you get 2 of them there. Very effective against a singular Void Ray. Some Zerglings and Roaches moving down now towards this 3rd base position here of ToXiC. I'm a little concerned for him. He's able to see what's going on over here. He sees these Zerglings working this down. Also, an Observer scouts out the Roaches, supporting it. And with some Queens in the middle of the map, the little one is actually able to try to keep that Void Ray at bay. I don't know that he's going to be able to, I don't think he's going to be able to push against this, though. It does look like ToXiC is fairly defended in this position. We also have some Overlords over here spreading creep, and also a bunch of Zerglings sitting right under them. Now these Overlords can pick up, and that's exactly what they're going to do, and here comes that harass. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. The second I saw that transport research going through, I cannot wait to see the little one drop inside of the main of ToXiC. Guarantee that is what is about to happen. Roaches get picked up, and here we go. Now at the same time, he will be pushing on this position down over here at the 3rd, trying to distract ToXic's forces. And here comes the drop in the main. Stalkers take out the Overlord. It only dropped, I think, 1 Zergling. That was really, really bad for the little one. Still dealing with this Void Ray that now has 4 kills. He's got this engagement down over here. The Roaches taking some massive damage. And with ToXiC pulling back with his forces, he has taken care of most of this. We still have some Roaches harassing over here. I want to see how many workers he's killed. The little one has killed off 4 workers. And it looks like there was a brief pause there. The little one will be losing the rest of these. There's the burrow. So we're going to need ToXiC to come down with an Observer over here to deal with this. And was there any burrow? No, looks like those ones were taken out. Roaches unburrowing now, realizing it's only a matter of time until the Observer comes out. Gonna try to get out of there and do as much damage as he can, but it looks like that has been taken out. Void Ray engaging with these Overlords actually prevents a secondary drop that we were just about to see there from the little one. Yeah, the little one will be losing these overlords that he has rallied in this position, at the very least this one. Here come the infestors though. Infested Terran and a fungal growth. Might need a second fungal. No, that's enough. Yeah, there was a second fungal there actually, I believe. And you saw just how much damage those infested Terrans do. It's ridiculous. Observer over here, just above the third. We also have the Warp Prism over here, which hopefully for ToXiC, he'll plan to do some harass with that soon. Transition into Colossus. He's got one in play, Thermal Lance coming out, and a second Colossus also building. The little one is just all over the place this game. He's doing a really good job starting to spread that creep, and he's been hitting from multiple angles. Observer moving out, spots the small force just as the little one prepares to move into that third. We don't have any additional drop harass apparently coming here from the little one, at least not as of yet. And here it comes, guys. The mothership is in production. Interested to see how ToXiC makes use of that. Of course, you can be so very effective with Vortex. And although the Archon Toilet isn't as effective as it was in the past, it still does fairly decently. There's a brief immunity, basically, once units pop out of the Vortex. But to have all that splash damage in Colossus and Storms and Archons, if you can dump all of that on a clumped up army, that can be very, very effective. Weapons level 3 also coming out right now for ToXiC. Beyond that, I'm not sure what he's sitting on for upgrades right now. Doesn't have any armor upgrades, so he's just got the 2 weapons. We've got a second Forge now coming out, and also a Templar Archives, so we'll be seeing some High Templar. Neither player apparently harassing right now. Take a look at the worker kills. Yeah, the little one with 9. I actually am not entirely certain what happened with that Warp Prism. I don't know if that was just killed or what, but I don't really think it did much of anything. Just taking a look at the worker kills. Doesn't seem like anything really occurred. So an attempted drop over here. The little one decides to pull back pretty quickly with that, though. Not much transpired from that position. ToXiC moving now into a 4th. Burrowed Zergling gets taken out as the Observer. Grant's vision of that. Also an Observer over here, allowing ToXiC to see the drop that will be taking place in just a moment. Transition for the little one. Well, he's coming out with some Brew Lords. Also a second Spire building, allowing him to get some upgrades there. Zerg Flyer attack, level 1, getting research. Neural Parasite coming out for his infestors. Let's continue to keep an eye over here. Want to see if there are any more drops, any more harass going on. Again, unfortunately, I didn't see what happened with that Warp Prism. I'm fairly certain it just got taken out, though, because, again, taking a look at the worker kills, it was sitting right above this base. If anything, he would have killed workers, and nothing like that happened, so. Changelings over here get taken out. Also have a Stalker being engaged. Drone trying to come out with that hatchery. Roaches will deal with that Stalker before he does too much damage over in this position. Have some forward infestors, and here come the Brew Lords. Massive amounts of Brew Lords. Also trying to drop in the main. Oh, gets the Overlord filled with Zerglings. How painful. This has happened numerous times. I'm surprised he hasn't realized that there's the Observer right here. Just because all of his drops for the past couple of minutes have been spotted before they've actually come into effect. So obviously ToXiC knows what's going on here. Here come the Brew Lords, Zerglings, and the Infestors. Now we do have that mothership in play. So the question is, where is it? Brew Lords now pushing into the natural expansion. Also a couple of Zerglings doing some damage right over here. And there's the mothership with the bulk of the army, but he has just lost his front wall. Concerned, however, we are seeing the little one now push back. We've got some more roaches in production, also some continuous upgrades. Flyer Carpus level 1, range attack level 1, melee attack level 2, flyer attack level 2. So many upgrades coming out here for the little one. Mothership moving forward, getting ready for this inevitable engagement. It's just about to happen. And here we go, moves forward. Infestors get taken out by that long range of the Colossus. We did see some fungal growth helping a bit. There are the Blink Stalkers, and there's the Vortex. See what the little one decides to do. He's going to keep his units outside of that. Doesn't want to deal with any shenanigans from that. Definitely don't blame him whatsoever. Unfortunately, though, not a lot of anti-air. Stalkers blinking right under those Broodlords, and he is doing a lot of damage. Also, the Mothership moving with that army. Oh, so many Broodlords get taken out. And the Blink Stalkers without any fungal growth to keep them at bay. Forcing back all of the Little Ones' forces after taking out a majority of them. In fact, I think he took out almost every Broodlord, yet there's not a single Broodlord in play right now. Alright, we got a Zergling run by. Also, a couple of Roaches. Still have a Force over here, although that's not doing anything, and that is gone now. Zerglings get taken out. Roach gets taken out. Manages to pick up the Infestor. Nope. Doesn't get away with that.
Our forces are under attack.
Quite unfortunate there for the Little One, you know. He was doing fairly well, and we saw that push that looked very daunting with his Broodlords, but unfortunately for him, ToXiC able to defend without much issue in that Mothership with one kill, but the biggest thing is the Vortex, you know. It took so many of the Little One's Broodlords out of that big engagement that we saw, and then after he took out the Infestors, he just moved in with those Blink Stalkers and was able to handle the rest from that point. More Speedlings coming out, also some more Broodlords. Just about finished. We've got 6 already, with 2 more just about to complete, and continuous upgrades here from him. The Little One now pushing towards his 4th, doing a little bit of damage. Just take a look at the worker kills. The Little One killing off 18 workers so far this game. Number's going to get a little bit higher as these Zerglings continue to pick off probes. Observer for ToXiC still over here, so in case the Little One tries to drop again, he'll be aware. And I want to take a look at the composition here for the Little One. Sitting at primarily Speedlings, also a lot of Broodlords, a few Roaches, and a couple of Corruptors. Also a few more Broodlords coming out right now, 3 of them. And 2 Infestors in construction. Here comes the massive push, though, from ToXiC. Taking out the 5th base here of the Little One. He still has his 3rd and 4th up and mining. The main and the natural pretty much out of resources at this point. And taking advantage of the fact that ToXiC is not here to defend. We've got some Zerglings doing a lot of damage here at the 4th. We also had some Zerglings at the 3rd. They have joined the rest of this army. A few Zealots getting warped in, and the big push coming from ToXiC now gearing up to hit the Little One's 4th base here. But we've got a lot of Broodlords on defense, so we'll have to see how this goes. More Speedlings over here. The Zealots that were warped in were not enough. A few more Zealots. Takes out that 1 pylon. Big engagement going down over here. There's the Vortex. Gets a lot of Changelings. A few of the Broodlords managed to stay back. I don't know how many of them got caught in that Vortex, though. He is so low on Corruptors, he's just really unable to take out that Mothership. And the Stalkers blink forward. Take out a few of those Broodlords. We got a couple of Broodlords that were in that Vortex, and they get roasted by some AoE very quickly. And the Blink Stalkers force him back. The Little One has just lost his 4th. Nothing he can do to defend that now. And he's got no other counter harass going on at the moment. Quite unfortunate here for the Little One. He's now down to just this 1 mining base, which is very low on resources. I'll take a look at the total resources lost this game. Little One quite behind. He has killed off 45 workers, though. Did a lot of damage over here at the 4th. And with another Zergling run by, ToXiC decides to pull back to defend. Not that I'm sure he really even needs to do that, to be honest. I mean, the Little One's in some trouble right now. I'm quite concerned for him. Zerglings continue to dance around, get put on hold position, try to kill off workers without engaging those Zealots if at all possible. Yeah, he keeps it up here. 49 workers killed. Just keeps dancing around. That's too funny to watch. Forward Observer Scout will be spotting the bulk of the Little One's army. Let's take a look at his Corruptor count. Just the 2, and yeah, that's going to a Broodlord anyways. So he's really just not concerned with getting anti-air. He just says, damn, forget it. He does have 6 Infestors, so maybe some Infested Terrans could do the trick of taking out that Mothership, but that last Vortex was very effective. And now with a Photon Cannon and a few Zealots, ToXiC has successfully defended this 4th. Finally. We're going to see another push here on the 4th of the Little One. ToXiC moving up. Forced to cancel that hatchery before it completes. He's got the bulk of his army over here. Broodlords, again, need to be careful not to get vortexed. Get some Changelings moving out. Lots of Changelings moving out. And here comes the big engagement right now. few feedbacks on some infestors. There is the major vortex. We're going to see a few of those stalkers actually walk into it. A few of the Archons going to be walking into it as well. This is not looking good for the little one. As soon as those things pop out, I think those Archons are going to toast him. Now, again, they've got that temporary immunity. Let's see, though. It doesn't last forever, and goodbye, the little one's army. ToXiC with 119 army supply. The little one with nowhere near that. 37, 39 army supply. He's got a lot of Zerglings coming out. Oh, but ToXiC's so effective with that mothership, and the little one, he hasn't focused at all on trying to take that out. At least I haven't seen it. No Corruptors, solely for the purpose of taking that out. All the Corruptors that he had went straight into Broodlords, and I really think that he may have wanted to save a few of those to try to take out that mothership, because that Vortex, that Archon Toilet, again, they made it so that there's temporary immunity, but it doesn't last forever. And you just saw what happened. That was ridiculous. ToXiC just roasted the little one's army. The little one being forced back now, and there is the GG, the inevitable GG. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching this game here between the little one and ToXiC. Pretty fun, unfortunate game though for the little one as he's unable to pull out the victory. He was doing some pretty effective harass, just really couldn't deal with those vortexes from that mothership. Again, very, very impressive play there from his opponent ToXiC. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Keep watching and keep owning.